Hi, my name's Meg. It's lovely to meet you if you are new, and it is super duper lovely to see you again if you are not. I am so excited to be making this video because A, it's my first YouTube video that I filmed other than like the initial engagement video, which is the video before this if you missed it, but it's my first like sit down, good old school kind of chatty, yappy haul video that I'm doing as an engaged girly, which is very exciting. And B, I'm excited because we've got a Glossier video for you today. Let me tell you, they have been releasing so many, has anyone else found this? So many new products. I follow them on Instagram, and the amount of new drops that they have just been peppering throughout the year, like I actually cannot keep up. Oh, there's something very satisfying about this like Glossier paper. Am I weird to keep that? I kind of want to keep it. We've got the little sticker and the little samples. I actually keep these for when I do Meg Mail packages. Like I will often pop in some samples as well as some full-size products. So what do we even start with? Okay, I'm gonna just pick things up at random. This is the Milky Jelly Cleansing Balm, and if you've watched my videos for a while, you will know my obsession with the Milky Jelly cleanser, the original one. I have used it for years and I've always hailed it as kind of like my #1 go-to cleanser. However, it may have been knocked off that spot by the Aveeno Gel Oat Cleanser. I am loving it, and it reminds me of Milky Jelly, and it's cheaper, so I haven't actually repurchased Milky Jelly since I've discovered this Aveeno one. I did, however, like just get too intrigued by the cleansing balm. It says it's a nourishing gel balm makeup remover, and taking my makeup off, don't know about you guys, it may be my favourite part of the day. I love that time when I just get to, oh, I take my ring off as well, because you know I really get into it. Take my ring off, I like put my hair back, get that good old lather going. I always do a double cleanse, and then I've got my essences and my serums, my eye cream. Like I absolutely love that part of my night care routine. You can really tell that I am over 30 and sober. This just sounds so lovely, and I love that it says add water to emulsify. I'm really hoping that it will live up to the Milky in the name and give us a nice little like milk going on in there. And then I got, okay, this is new as well. This is called Skylight, and it is a liquid highlighter. Any product that claims to add glow, I'm here for it. It's going to be going straight into my basket. That is so much smaller than I thought it would be. Why did I think this was going to be the same size as like a Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Finish? Is that a lip gloss? Sorry. I'm going to need to check how much product is actually in this because I feel a tiny bit cheated. I was expecting a much bigger product. But anyway, I got it in the shade Lunar. Look at that chunky applicator. I'm kind of here for that. I've literally just put this on my camera. Luckily it wasn't the lens, but let's just do a quick little swatcheroo. Are you fucking kidding me? It just pogo sticked out of the bottle. Okay, so she's got recoil. Be careful. That, I have no words. That, I will be getting my Tide stain stick out as soon as we finish. Is it below the line? I don't think you can see it. I'm going to carry on. Ever the professional, but this is what it's giving. Oh, it's quite nice and subtle. Oh yeah, got a glowy hand, and I'm very excited to see what that looks like. I'm making an absolute mess of this. Right, let me just save the products. I'm gonna like very carefully put this over here so that Skylight doesn't go on anything. But I loved the look of this tote, and if you follow me on either my food Instagram or my food TikTok, you may have seen that I do this Lidl series, and I have had the most random, sorry, I'm just trying to make sure this doesn't go in my hair. I've been using the most random like purple, it's not looking good, Brev, this video. I'm gonna change my jumper and we're gonna hit the reset button, and we're back in the room. We've got a fresh clean top on. We're no longer distracted nor worrying about getting shimmery liquid highlight in the ends of our hair. We've smelled our roses, we've blown out our candles. We're ready to continue on a less chaotic note. So on my TikTok and Instagram foodie pages, I do this Lidl series, which I absolutely adore. And I've been using this random purple tote bag, and it kind of became like synonymous with the Lidl hauls. However, it's given up, the handles are completely destroyed on it. And I've been looking for a sturdy tote. And this has honestly surpassed my expectations. I was expecting it to be a lot more thin and lightweight and kind of like those cottony tote bags that don't hold much, but this may be like the sturdiest tote bag I've ever owned. It's very thick and it feels like really good quality, and I love this pocket on the inside. That's going to come in so handy, and I can just tell like she is durable. I really had to restrain myself into just buying one shade of these. They're the new Cloud Paint Plush Blush Seamless Cheek colour, and I really agonised over which shade to get. However, someone recently commented on one of my, it might have been a TikTok or an Instagram video or something, that I am a light spring in terms of my colouring. You know how people get their colours done and then they find out which season they are. Someone told me I'm a light spring, and I googled it, and it's people like Kate Hudson who are light springs. I feel as though this hair is really Kate Hudson in like Almost Famous, or her in love phase of How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. And I was like, yeah, I can see that. We have like a similar colouring. I'm not saying I look like Kate Hudson, by the way. I just mean in terms of being a light spring. So I have been getting quite into finding out which colours suit me the best. And when it comes to makeup, I'm meant to suit these kind of like peachy shades. Look how well used and dirty this cloud paint is, but this is in the shade Beam. They look kind of different in terms of the packaging. This new one looks obviously a lot more coral. However, I've heard the best things about them, so if you've tried them, please let me know. The only thing I wasn't interested in was the brush. It comes with this like Glossier pink dual-ended brush, and for some reason, it may have been the price that put me off, because I feel like Glossier is getting more expensive. However, I just wasn't really interested in that like rubbery ended thing. Obviously, if anyone's got it and it's really good, let me know, but I'm super excited to give this a whirl. We've got a couple more makeup products and then some fragrance, which I am really excited about. So this is the lip glaze in the shade Frosty, and it's a cooling, creamy lip oil. This was the only shade that actually grabbed me. It was the only one I ever considered getting. It wasn't like with the blushes where I simply couldn't choose. With this one, I was like, Frosty is the only shade that is actually like grabbing my attention at all. Look how chunky that applicator is. Okay, not really a scent to them, which is slightly disappointing. I was hoping for like an ice creamy scent, because all of the shade names are that kind of vibe. I'm just gonna pop a little bit on because I have a just lip liner on at the moment, so we'll see what this looks like on the top. Oh, it's very, very smooth. It's very much the reason why I just made that little squeak just then is because oftentimes is a new thing I've added to my vocabulary from watching all of the Taylor Swift interviews on the radio. She says oftentimes so often, funnily enough, and I'm just loving that she's like giddily newly engaged. Every time she shows somebody her ring, I'm like, me. But yeah, oftentimes when things say they're a lip oil, they will feel more like a gloss or a balm, and they don't feel like an oil. That to me feels so much like a lip oil, which I'm really happy about, because like I said, it's not always the case, and I can already feel the cooling. Oh, that is like the smoothest lip product that I've tried in a while. Then onto the Glossier U perfume, but this is the Fleur variant of it. I have the full-size version of the one in the white packaging, the Dew, and I absolutely love the original Glossier U. I've worn that for the best part of a decade. And this is meant to be like an airy, more floral version of the original. And I have to say, they've gotten really expensive. Even this little like rollerball was £32, I want to say, which is a lot of money for something this size. Oh, okay, so it's not a rollerball, it's a little atomizer. For some reason, I thought that was a rollerball. That literally just smells exactly like Glossier U. Have I been scammed? Do I need to report a robbery? That literally just smells like the original. If this doesn't start coming through with some floral, I'm getting a bit of flower, but that to me, like that just smells like the original, and I have the massive one of the original, and I have like a couple of rollerballs in my handbags, and I feel slightly duped. That just smells like Glossier Haul to me, with a hint of like florally soapiness to it. I'm gonna give this the benefit of the doubt and talk through another makeup product, and then we'll see if this kind of like transitions into anything else. But upon first sniff, people, that just smells like the original to me, which is disappointing because I already have so many of the original, and like I said, they're not cheap, so that isn't the best thing in the world. We've got one final makeup product to talk about, however, which is, I'm really excited about this. It's Futuredew Solid. So it's an oil serum illuminator, and I have the original Futuredew, and I think it's so lovely. It really does give you, in my opinion, that beautiful lit from within, like my skin is just naturally gorgeous. If you don't have time to do your skincare, you can just whack that on and it makes it look like you've done this 8-step kind of glass skin routine. It is an incredible product. Again, it's a little bit smaller than I was imagining, but to be honest, it takes me a long time to get through a product. Oh, this is so interesting. It really does give that kind of oily, maybe I shouldn't say oily because I know it's going to put some people off. Futuredew to me isn't oily, but it does give the skin a kind of glisten. So if you do lean more on the combination oily side, something like this, it may not be your best friend. However, if you have more dry skin, something like this honestly is your bestie, because look at that. If you're not somebody who would gravitate towards Skylight, which does have like pearl particles in it and it's giving a little bit of shimmer on the cheeks, if you want it to be undetectable and you do just want it to look like you've got glossy, like balmy, super hydrated, healthy, dewy skin, then something like this is lovely. And I can imagine that having it in a stick format is going to appeal to more people because it's kind of just easier and more fun to scribble on your face with a grown-up crayon, essentially. But right, let's go back to Fleur, because I feel like this is a mystery that we need to delve into. And I am going to get scientific here. I've grabbed my Glossier Haul rollerball. Okay, they are different. I don't 100% take it back. They're very similar. However, the floral notes coming to the forefront, and there's something a little bit more sparkling in there. And I actually, this is going to sound extreme, I may even prefer Fleur to Glossier Haul. I feel as though it's kind of like what some people will have been expecting and wanting when they bought this. And then this, it's not for everybody. I love it, but it's quite peppery and I find it a really sexy like skin scent. But not everybody is going to love this Ambrox kind of more complex fragrance. I feel as though Fleur would definitely appeal to more people, and it's the kind of fragrance that's actually, I can't believe it's grown so much on me in the space of a few minutes, but it's like I would wear this every day because it has the essence and the heart of Glossier Haul, which I think is like a very sensual, sexy scent with a lightness and a burst of like more girly kind of floral, fresh, crisp Parma Violets-esque kind of fragrance to it, which is just really feminine. Actually really love this, and if I was to repurchase, it would be this, because it's this with something extra. I was obviously initially like a little bit peeved. She was a little bit pissed off that I felt like I'd been duped into buying something that smelled the same as something that I already own. However, it does have a twist on it and I think it's really beautiful. Oh yeah, I'm going to be wearing that for the foreseeable. So if you want to know what I smell like, go and smell this, because I can't imagine that I will be wearing anything else for a very, very long time, including maybe on the wedding day. It does kind of smell like a bridal scent. And she's a bride to be, ladies and gentlemen. I feel like that's a really nice note to end the video on. Obviously, we were never going to get through this video without me mentioning the ring and the engagement at least once or twice or thrice. Hope you can indulge me in that. It has kind of enabled me seeing Taylor being so kind of giddily just like, do you want to see? I'm so excited. I think she said she watches her ring like it's a TV, and I was like, yeah, relatable. Before I start, I literally, where's that reset button again? I was gonna say, before I start pulling up like Pinterest boards of wedding dresses, I think I should say goodbye. So thank you so much. Please let me know if any of your Glossier favourites were featured in this video. Please let me know if you've ever had a Skylight accident like I just had, because it would make me feel better about myself in this moment. Please let me know if there are any Glossier products that I've never tried, like you've never heard me talk about them and you can't believe it because they are your favourites. Just let me know. Let's have all of the Glossier chats in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. I love you. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you in the next one. Crime, Taylor, for real, do you think it's forever?